It's the 15th of September. And it's the Should I Play This Game podcast for the episode 327 number. Yes, I know I said that round the wrong way. But, Grand Banks!
Steve.
Pastrix.
No bad. Not bad. Going on. All good.
We have an additional game of September. Hades 2 got a 1.0 date for September 25th. And Game of the Year just got that much harder. Like, if you ever asked me before September started, if I was to put money on, which, that's not a bad idea. No, I tried finding my betting for the Game Awards last year, and I couldn't actually find it. If I bet money on what game would be Game of the Year, I would have said Claire Obscure. Now that's just going to go out the window by the end of this month. Because
it'll be Silk Song by a fucking mile.
Yeah, I was going to say, Hollow Knight Silk Song is out. Its open critic numbers are lower than Claire Obscure now. It started at damn near almost the first 8 reviews for Silk Song were 10 or 100 or some variant of, yay, it's perfect. And other reviews have since started landing where it's not quite, but it's pretty fucking good. Now I just want to say before every stream or anything else, hey, is Silk Song going to be shown? Just to take the piss. That's just the sort of person I am.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Anything unique or interesting in your neck of the woods?
Nah, not really.
Fucking A. Let's talk about video games then. Because there's a massive number on your side.
Yes, there's 2. Massive 2. The first one's
One
actually
of
a demo.
them's pre-released.
One's a demo, which I didn't think they were doing, but this is Anno 117 Pax Romana. So this is the next one in the Anno series from Ubisoft and Blue Byte, or the subsidiary Blue Byte, Ubisoft Blue Byte. Yeah, this is just the demo. I didn't realise they were putting out a demo. It's out in a month or anyway, so I'm surprised they have a demo, but cool, they've got one. So yeah, I downloaded it. I played for about, 40 minutes or so and said, yep, this is one of those. They've made a couple of changes to it. I mean, it looks really, really nice. Visually, it looks really nice. I'm not sure there's screenshots as usual. Probably going to not show it off particularly well.
Pretty.
They do look really good.
If you didn't tell me that was an Anno game, I might think it'd be any number of, even possibly Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, and that is it.
With the sort of hilly countryside. That would be sort of Souls-like-ish. This could be Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah, it is a really nice looking game, that's for sure. It animates really well as well in terms of they're all obviously screenshots, but it moves well, it looks well, all that kind of stuff.
Is good one of those?
Good one of those. Yeah, they've done a couple of changes to it. Probably the biggest sort of it's not really a massive change, but one of the changes they've made is that you might recall from the previous Anno games that you have to you've got needs to supply to your citizens.
Yes.
And as a result of that, they give you more money or they increase their population because of that. You now have the choice of, in most cases, of doing one or having a choice between what you supply them. Rather than having the choice of only one thing you've got to supply them, you've got 2 choices and you can supply either one of them or both. So it makes it you got a little bit of control, not a little bit. You've got 2 choices you can make in most categories of how you supply it. Because you might say, this one's easier to make right now because I've got the resources and the time to do it and the money to make it. I'll make that one, whereas that might not be the best one overall, sort of thing to do. So it's got that sort of aspect to it.
Can that change as you progress?
I have no idea. I assume so. You can definitely go back and feed them the second one that you didn't choose initially.
Okay.
So you can definitely do that. But whether that means that you then get more out of it, you probably don't. You're probably just keeping that particular category of requirement or need, well needed, well populated, whatever it is.
Both.
Yeah, both. So yeah, that's really that's the main difference that I spotted so far. I didn't know about that already, so I've seen a fair few bit of pre-release footage from various YouTubers and stuff about it who are into that series a lot, so that wasn't a surprise, but it's sort of interesting seeing them doing it. The other one too is probably in terms of laying down your roads and stuff, you can do stuff at angles now, which might not sound like a lot, but makes your makes it look a bit more natural. If that makes kind of
Yeah.
sense in terms of how you can sort of suit the.
Not every road's a fucking right angle.
Yeah, exactly. So it makes it look a bit more realistic or a bit more real in terms of how your city can be laid out. But yeah, beyond those couple of changes, they're the obvious ones that I can sort of talk about. But
It took going back in time 800 years to be able to make diagonal roads.
So yeah, so that's really what it is. But other than that, I haven't seen a real lot of other massive changes. But I'm sure I'm half an hour into a demo. It's not a it's not a.
And some of that shit will be like restricted to not in demo. Yeah. Some of it will be revealed later.
Yes.
Like,
there's still a fair bit of stuff to do in that one. Still got 2 months out before they're delivering that game. So
there's something to be said for doing a good job of iterating on a concept that works well. Speaking of iterating.
Yes. So the last one I've got is obviously still satisfactory. I have finally edited episode 1 of the season 2. Season 2's premiere one, so that'll go up this week. Finally got my head around how to use DaVinci Resolve. So yeah, that'll go up, and I'm currently recording bits and pieces of footage for episode 2, so I'll work on that and hopefully get into a decent rhythm with that over the next month or so.
What sort of rhythm are you looking at hitting this time around?
I'm trying to do once a fortnight. Is what I'm going to try and do, just because it's too much other stuff going on that I can't commit beyond that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to be able to do more than that, but I think that's probably the realistic amount to do. So yeah, not more to say with that. So.
Are you modding this run, or is this mod free?
I'd still got mods, but I've turned off the advanced game settings, which is what disables achievements.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I think I probably could have got achievements on my last playthrough, but I was using advanced game settings. I'm not really sure what I had turned on in there. Can't remember what I had turned on. Anyway, so yeah, it's a modded version of it, but it's got that advanced game settings not being used, so therefore I can mark off the achievements I'm getting them. So yeah, that's really the main difference. Is starting from scratch, playing with a controller, advanced game settings off, and yeah, seeing how it goes. Having now playing it for probably, as you can see there, about 2 hours or so recently, and probably I think 4 or 5 overall since playing this particular run through. Controller is okay. Controller is actually really working quite well. It still takes getting used to, because I think some things. So right trigger goes into the dismantle mode in that game. But left trigger doesn't do build, so that kind of confused me a little bit. It's left bumper to do build, whereas right trigger to dismantle. So I think it should be right trigger, left trigger.
Could you you could customize that and change it?
I'm sure I could change it, but
yeah,
I'm sort of sticking to the standard setup. But that throws me a little bit because I keep pressing left trigger to then think to go into the build mode, but it's
then you think the controller's fucked. It's like what's going on?
What's going on? But I think this left bumper to go into the build menu. Other than that, yeah, it's the controller stuff works really, really well. It's a little bit. It's obviously not as fast moving around. Because you've got the slow turn speed and that kind of stuff you have. But I'm sure again you can adjust the sensitivity stuff to improve that or make that different. But the other one that I've struggled with this in a lot of games is the left stick in to run, which I find that just physically awkward to do in any game I play. So yeah. That's something I'll probably look at using the Elite controller and activating one of the back paddles or something to replace that, so I don't have to worry about doing that. But yeah, I just find that physically difficult to do in pretty much any game. But yeah, that's pretty much where it's at. So I'll just keep progressing through it. Yeah, there's not much more to say. They've done a hell of a job with 1.1.
Yeah.
Performance-wise, it's quite impressive. So yeah. They're already starting to talk 1.2, so that's obviously on the cards. But and they just had their 1 year anniversary of 1.0 just in the last week or so. So so they've done. Yeah, that game is doing really well for them. So
are you gonna maybe grab it on one of the consoles to see what the experience is like there, or just nah?
I may end up doing that on console as well, just as you say, just to look at it. But
Mm.
I suspect that the controller scheme will be just the same as what I'm playing.
Oh
now,
yeah,
which is
it's
pretty cool.
largely only really going to be like performance and shit like
Yeah,
that.
so that's probably where I would do it. I am
Mm.
curious about so the one the in the opening when you start up when you before you even start the game, you've gone into the menu. You want to start a new session, which basically is a new save essentially. Um, there's the screen where you choose the starting point and you
Mm.
give the session a name. I could not figure out for the life of me how to use that, interact with that screen with the controller. I just could not figure out how to do it. Like it was,
Huh.
like it was. I think I'm going to look at it. I think it might be partial support. So when you got to do
Yeah.
text input, you can't really do it that well. That's something they have to fix on console because there is no
You'd fucking hope.
you can't do anything else. So hopefully maybe that'll be a bit different. So I ended up having to start the game as mouse and keyboard. Then when I got into the game proper, turned it on to controller and
Yeah.
was okay from there. But also, if you sort of sit the controller down and go away from it and it turns off like controllers do, the
Mm.
game defaults back to keyboard and mouse. So I've come back a couple of times to start using it again, and nothing moves. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Back into the menu options, back into controller, and then you get back to.
Oh, do you really have to go into the menus to turn that shit on?
Yeah, because it's gone back to keyboard, mouse and keyboard.
Most games sort of just override it once you start using the controller.
Yeah, and I think that's why I think it's probably not. I think if you're looking, I haven't looked in Steam in a while, but I think it might be partial controller support is that's
Yeah.
defined, and full controller support is what you've just described.
Yep.
So, as I said, those two things are going to have to fix clearly for a console release because you don't have, well, people can plug in keyboards and stuff, but people don't.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It'd be like
So
single-digit percentages of people who have keyboards nearby them.
yeah, so they've got to have some way to bring up an on-screen keyboard like you will win those games and put in what you need to put
Yeah.
in. So, and I'm hoping if they do, well, when they do that for that release, that same thing will then come back into
Mm.
the PC release to make that a bit more fuller, more fuller, better, more controller support or more complete control support. But yeah, other than that, that's me done.
Shit. Well, I have been playing games,
You have?
as is my wont.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hey, surprise! Claire Obscura is still here.
I thought you'd finished it last week.
Hey?
I thought you'd finished it.
No, I'm nowhere near finishing that.
Yeah, I thought you had.
I played some of it on the stream that I ended up doing for to fill in for that went up on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put. Oh, woo! I don't know how the fuck you would pronounce that name. The three O's, the little caterpillar puzzle, Metroid Brainia. But I accidentally played through that. That went up on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, oh, I'll play an hour or so of Claire Obscura. So it's like, I have been still chipping away. I'm sitting at about 24 hours. I think I've still got a fair whack left. Because I'm trying to do as much as possible. There's a part of me that wants to just jump straight into New Game Plus when I'm done to try and remind myself some of the finer plot details because I have stretched it out for so long. And to give that whoever it was who asked for a blue mushroom that blue mushroom so I can get that achievement. But otherwise, like, that game's pretty fucking sick. Like, there's more bad things happening. There's more reveals that are just adding more questions. And it's like, whoa. And the game does a really good job of just making you care about all of the little and the big characters, both metaphorically and literally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a character named Esquier who's fucking huge. He's a good egg, that guy. Anyway, there we go. I have finished Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo.
Mm-hmm.
You can see there, about 18 hours. It's just shy of 19 hours, 24 of 32 achievements. I ended up about sort of 80% completion. I tried to get as much as I could, and then some of the other shit that was like hidden, the puzzle mechanics and what they want you to do to actually get the collectibles or to get the badges or to get whatever it is, it wasn't making sense, and it was just frustrating. So I've really enjoyed my experience up to this point, up to this sort of 80, 85%. I'm going to leave it here before I try and throw something. It's a really good one. It's sort of a really interesting mix of Zelda and search action, Metroidvania style. That works. It works really well in this form. I dig it. It's great. Game that's not great. Guns of Fury. I tried giving it the Super Roboy treatment of I thought Super Roboy was okay but not great on when I first played it. I played it again and I really dug it. So I went back into this to see if it would do the same. Nope. It not great. There's just too many issues that hold it back from mine that make it worthwhile playing with so many games that are out, coming out, and all that sort of stuff. I've outlined what those were when we last talked about Guns of Fury, so I don't want to relitigate it here. It does look and animate really nicely as a sort of Metal Slug version or Metal Slug take on the Metroidvania style, but there's just things that annoy the crap out of me that are just like, nope, I'm not doing this. Hey, speaking of things that annoy the crap out of me that I just end up saying, nope, not doing this. Zephyr, A Thief's Melody, is kind of it's a solo developer, or at least that seems to be what people are talking about. Sort of take on a Wind Waker, almost like an indie version of Wind Waker. It opens you up entering the Thief's Guild with Master Josh and an eagle named Boris. So they really stretch their naming muscles there. There's some Breath of the Wild elements to it with the climbing. There's a sort of stamina system that governs how much you can climb and stuff like that. There's a flute, which is part of the Wind Wakeriness, but the flute hasn't really been used. I think I picked up a song that allowed me to speed up the day-night cycle.
Yeah, okay. So
and it was just after that I was like, nope, fuck this.
Very much Wind Waker, if that's what you... Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Graphically, it is very Wind Waker-y as well. There's sometimes a lack of precision, but also a complete overabundance of precision in the climbing and locomotion that gets in the way. Like, if you go to step off a ledge, instead of letting you fall, it'll just automatically grab to the edge.
Okay, yeah.
But then if you go to jump towards a ledge and you're just short of it, you'd think it'd grab and let you climb up. It doesn't do it. So I don't want to shit all over this game because it's clearly a love letter to the Zelda franchise, and this dude's obviously busted his hole trying to get this thing done. But I just found a lot of issues that really pissed me off. There was a puzzle that ended up bringing everything to a screeching halt because absolutely jack shit is explained.
Okay, yep.
And like there's no environmental annotation or environmental storytelling. They might say, instead of you opening, so I ended up in a water temple, and there were 3 vents, and I thought I would open the 3 vents and something would happen. It did not. The one thing I didn't think of was, what if I closed all 3 vents? Because I'm like, that surely can't be the answer. As it turns out, yes, it was. Which I ended up going to the Steam discussion boards and just basically like, yo, this is frustrating the shit out of me. And the developer was like, I thought this might make enough sense in its own. So either he low-key called me stupid, or he was low-key just going, all right, maybe this isn't as well designed as I thought it would be. So without any indication of how it's all meant to function, you're just bashing your head against it. And either you come up, like you think of that solution and go, yep, cool, nice and clever. But there was nothing that led me to that.
Yeah, gotcha.
That fucking annoyed me. Because I was getting incredibly frustrated, the flaws or some of the more minor weaknesses were really becoming more and more evident. The stamina levels, the rules that govern climbing and platforming. So like I said, when something will be grabbed versus when something won't be, stuff like that. If you're jumping and you're holding forward to like continue jumping when you land, the dude will roll, which sometimes you can't jump out of.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes will roll you off a box into the water.
Damn it. Yeah, okay.
But if you're not holding forward, just lands normally.
Okay.
So there's some weird little rules behind the actual traversal that sort of get in the way, that when you're basing it off years and years of established control convention of these sort of form, when you have those little intricacies that are a little bit different, it's like, fuck this. The thing that really broke me, like the fact that there is no absolutely complete unwillingness to say, here's what you need to do. Or here, like, I talked to this pirate guy. He's like, you got to go to this dude's house, get me the statue, and go to Pirate Island and get a statue from there. Where the fuck is Pirate Island? Like, based on all the places I had been, there was no indication of where Pirate Island was. There was no mapping or no map at all that suggested, hey, go to Pirate Island, or here's where Pirate Island is. You talk to this guy, he'll like has his little boat that he'll take you to certain places. Pirate Island wasn't a destination there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, how the out short of like looking up any remote puzzle, which seemingly would have had to be done constantly, I'm like, fuck this. Because like there was a dude who was like, I'll give you a boat if you get all this gunk off my 5 turtles and you bring me a map. I'm like, all right, word, I can clear the gunk off these turtles. And then in doing other stuff, I'm like, hey, I got a map. Went back to him. He's like, you didn't bring me a map. I'm like, fuck you, I didn't. I've got a map right fucking here. And so like I went to him twice after I picked up 2 different maps. He told me to go fuck myself. He didn't actually use those words. I'm paraphrasing. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, fuck this. Went to the discussion boards and I saw someone else had the same issue. I'm like, and the developer was like, oh yeah, you got to go follow that pirate's like quest line to be able to get the map he wants. So I'm like, okay, so to follow the quest line, I need to guess and fucking throw a dart at a board to figure out where the fuck Pirate Island is? Where the fuck is Pirate Island? Fuck you, that's where it is. Like, it has potential and it's clearly a passion project. Mm. But in trying to, because obviously the Zelda games, like the games referred to, like Breath of the Wild and Wind Waker, both didn't say shit. And that became a problem in Wind Waker where you had to go find these 4 pieces of whatever the MacGuffin was and then put it back together because it didn't tell you where the fuck to go for them. Mm. So you either spend 15 hours, floating around trying to figure it out, or you look it up online and go, oh, right, I never would have figured that out. Mm. This goes even further with it. Because you can't automatically, because you eventually get this turtle that's in the key art here that you can apparently go cross seas on. Mm. But I can't get that turtle without whatever the fuck I need to do. So I'm like, fuck you. Anyway, moving on. It seems this is the week of me trying things that are very interesting, have some really great ideas, but then fuck it all in the final execution. Mm-hmm. Because the Darkest Files is another one. You can see there, 7 hours, 37. This is something you've done, so thank you for that. Mm-hmm. 37 hours, 37 out of 46 achievements. This was shown it popped up during opening night live. Keeley brought, they were doing one of those games for change type things. Mm-hmm. And it popped up, and the art style is fucking phenomenal. Like, it does this sort of comic book style, art style. Mm-hmm. Which looks fucking fantastic. You are a detective. Mm-hmm. No, you're not. You're a prosecutor. Mm-hmm. And you are prosecuting former Nazis for crimes they committed during World War II. Mm-hmm. The crimes are real. The chief prosecutor, Fritz Bauer, is real. Everything else is made up. Names are made up, all that sort of shit. Mm-hmm. So you're interviewing suspects, getting different documents and things like that. There's only 2 cases in it right now. Apparently the developer is looking at bringing more in. Mm-hmm. You're trying to determine, okay, and be able to go, here's the evidence, fuck you, he's guilty. Mm-hmm. Because you go through the interrogation, the investigation, and then you go to court with it all. And outside of, there's a part of the investigation where when you're interrogating people, it'll drop you out of the actual interrogation room and put you in like a mind space in the environment of the crime where you can walk around and find additional details and shit like that. So that's pretty interesting. And there's a certain number of total pieces of evidence in each of these that you can find. Mm-hmm. That turns into a bit of photo hunty sort of move everywhere and try and highlight everything. Mm-hmm. which is a little awkward. But fucking hell, man, the court process just fucked me off to such a point. I was ready to throw something. So the first trial I got through, I did 2 out of, like, you have a map. Gus running around?
No, he's I think. Let me just check.
Okay.
He's dreaming. So he's making this little squeaky noise, and I thought it was him barking, but I couldn't see him. So, but he's having a little dream or whatever.
He swallowed a chew toy like in Snatch.
Yeah.
So, like, you've got a map where you outline the progression of events in the crime. Like, who was where, who did what, all that sort of stuff. And then you've got these different conclusions where you put together pieces of evidence that prove what you're saying. The problem became I think out of the 10, because each case had 5 different conclusions, out of the 10, I got 3 right. 3 conclusions were proven. Largely because it's all text-based and sort of interpretive-based. So if you have a specific interpretation of a piece of evidence and you go, right, this proves it, the judge will just go, this doesn't prove shit, but doesn't tell you why. And it's like, go fuck yourself. What didn't I prove here? One of the other people in the office you work in was like, oh, I'll show you how to go through this conclusion stuff more as you progress. I'm like, sweet. Because the first time he did it, it was fucking simple. It was something brain dead easy. I'm like, all right, that didn't really help, but cool. I thought I was going to get shown something a little bit more complex to actually try and spell it out a bit better. Nope. Didn't get that assistance. And like these different conclusions were seemingly just very, very jigsaw puzzle in that you needed the exact 3 right pieces to put it together and make it work. And then if you didn't make it work, like if you were closer to give you a few chances to like change, it wouldn't tell you which of the documents was wrong. And then you try and replace it and figure it out. And then it just goes, nah, fuck you, you got it wrong. So you get shredded through the court trial. You read the original case file and you're like, how did that equal that? How did that happen here? Because what I put together, no. And you don't get an opportunity to go, here's why. Obviously you can't, because how could you? You don't get a chance to go, here's how this evidence to me proves this. So, like, it just, particularly as I was getting through the second case, and it just kept happening. And it just kept happening. I'm like, oh, fuck you, you fucking prick. And it just ended up just borderline infuriating me, particularly just not giving me any explanation of what I fucked up or why. And it's just like, okay, cool. About 70 to 80% of this game is fucking awesome. The writing behind it all is really well done and shows a lot of passion. It's very important, obviously, looking at former crimes of Nazis and basically going, fuck you, no one gets away with shit forever. It's all voice acted and done really well. There's a little bit of, like, you can tell some of these people aren't maybe necessarily native English speakers, but that is what it is. But that last 20% with the court case just basically giving you 2 middle fingers without anything else. It's just like, oh, fuck you then. I just did all this for nothing. And it bummed me out big time. Which is a shame because like I said, everything else leading up to it was really interesting. Anyway, Day of the Shell. A game I played of the demo of a few weeks back. Kind of a roguelike XCOM, where you are a huntress. The gods are super pissed at humans and have unleashed the shell, which is something that fucks up the world. I don't know. Beyond that, I didn't get much. So you can't like rotate the camera.
Okay, fixed camera.
So there might be pathways where things just doesn't make sense as to how you can get behind, or there might be pathways you miss or enemies you miss or whatever. It's fairly small. Like you only get 3 base weapons.
Oh, okay.
A shotgun, crossbow, and a pistol. You can upgrade them. You need to beat the boss to be able to upgrade them. And I'll get to that. But it's also fairly repetitive because, like, I think... there we go. Across the 3.5 hours I played it, nearly, I didn't get out of the first world, because like every enemy you run into, the most HP they have is 12, which 3 shotgun shots if you're not up close or doing crits. The boss was 100.
Oh god, okay.
And because the boss could also every 3 moves you make, whether it's a move like a progression move, like a walking move, or an attack, on the third one the enemies would attack you. And it would make it clear that they're gonna shoot at you. This is blocking it. This isn't. Da 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 da. The two of the 3 moves the boss had most of the time was throwing bombs, which also explosives, things like that, destroy cover. So if you don't and it also puts shields on the ads that are in the area. So if you eventually don't have cover, you can't deal with the enemies. It's up. Hey, check this out. But you're dead, fucker. Yeah, it's just one of those games that just is consigned to the neat but nah of 2025 and the roguish genre or genres. I can never remember what the difference between a roguelike and a roguelite is, so I'm just using rogue-ish from now on. Like baseline, the XCOM style stuff and all that sort of thing, the mechanics around that are really quite fun to play around with. But yeah, getting to the fucking boss and it going, hey, check this out, get fucked, was okay. Oh, and then just every time I just kept, it was just attrition, and you just get fucked eventually because you have no cover to hide behind and no way to deal with what's there. Which is a bummer. Wheel World's not a bummer though.
Looked neat though.
Wheel
in terms of the visuals of that game. Like
it looks so fucking good.
The environment, that's what I was.
So it does the sort of, what was it, Sable?
Yeah, Sable from 2 years ago,
and
a year and a half ago. Yeah.
There's been a few games that have done this sort of open world, flat shaded, cell shaded look. But that's not in the game anymore. They refined that a bit better. So your cat, who is the rider of the bike, you find the bike and Scully, a skull. Again, stretching the naming muscles there. He's not just a skull though. He's an immortal bike daemon. And he uses the sewer of spirits to take people from dying to Mount Giga, something, I don't know, through the sewer of souls. But his bike's fucked. Oh no, he takes them to the moon. Sorry, he takes the spirits to the moon, and in order to complete the chain of life, he has to go through the sewer of spirits. But someone took all his bike parts. So he can't do it properly because they just left him with his rusted piece of shit bike. So it's up to you to win bike races, find parts to rebuild his bike and fix the sewer of spirits. I've got just shy of 6 hours here. The last thing I did, I ended up going through the sewer of spirits and then getting to a new area, which was basically a wasteland purgatorial area. Because it's another story of, hey, corporations fucking suck and have no hesitation bleeding shit dry. Yeah. It's, like I said, really great aesthetic. It's got some pretty cool music, like chill sort of music that fits. Although, when you race again, there's 4 big bad bike riders. That have some of the legendary parts. So when you're doing those races, it brings lyrics into the song, and those are shit. But like the handling model is really fun, just traversing the environment. The races have not been very difficult. The only thing that's a little bit hard might be the track layout and trying to. So each race you get goals: finish in the top 3, win, beat Tom's time. Tom is the overall goat of bicycle riding in this world. And to get the letters CAT, K-A-T, kind of like getting skate in Tony Hawk games. And those are the objectives for each race. There was one race I had a bit of trouble getting the time, beating Tom's time on. But you find a lot of parts so you can just whack them together in any order you want to make it all work for you. It allows for a really good sense of customization and personalization on your bike build, which makes it really fun. It's fairly constrained in the open world. Like when you look at the map, it seems fairly big, but it doesn't take long to get between point and point. So it's fairly constrained. I thought I would finish it within about 6 hours. Like I said, I've been transported to this different area. So I still might have about another hour or two on it, which might be an after work joint. But there are some relatively, not necessarily here, the open critic stuff hasn't come through for some of these games, which is weird, but that's okay. I don't know why. There's been some really negative reviews of this game. Like, there was one on The Guardian, which was basically like, 4-wheel games good, 2-wheel games bad. I'm like, are you fucking high? This game's fucking fun as shit. Fuck off. But anyway, I really dig Wheel World. And it's fun to say. Wheel World. The last game I'm actually going to spend any real time talking about is Tower Dominion. I've only played this for a short period of time. It was on special, on sale for like just shy of 20 on Steam. It's a tower defense game, but it's framed like sort of modern military-ish. Although when you look at the key art, there's this sort of druidy type person here, and I don't know what's going on there. So that could get weird. But it's semi-Starship Troopers-like in the enemies. No, they're like all weird, goopy aliens. So that's unusual. Like, you get your HQ, which has got the health here in the middle of the screenshot we're looking at on the video version. You lay out your different turrets or your different defenses. You have the different pathways that you're trying to force the different alien groups to go down, and you can upgrade them with better fight. There's only a couple of upgrades per level. But it's just a neat, fun one of these. And like when they're done well, they can be really interesting. Like you get the height variant, so you get more range if you place it higher, kind of like with Hex Guardian. Hex Guardian was a little more fantasy based.
I want to play this myself.
It's fucking good. It's like I said, it's $20, just shy of $20 on Steam.
I might have played a demo of it a while back because that looks very familiar. Looks very familiar. That screenshot you just had up on the screen then looks very familiar. Maybe we didn't. Maybe I'm thinking of the one that you played when you played it. I can't remember now.
Possibly.
Yeah, anyway.
Because there's been Hex Guardian, there's been Ember Ward, which that's in early access, and that was really fun. You get the different, like it's semi-rogue-ish in that every wave you get a choice of upgrades and stuff like that. There's a bunch of different commanders available that seems to change the environment. I've only got this lady. So default starts off with this lady and this dude with a scope on his eye. The dude with the scope on his eye build is shit. But at least for now. I've unlocked this Soviet-style lady, but I haven't used her yet. It's just it's a really cool, like one of these. And like, I think I forgot that sometimes tower defense can be fucking fun. Right up until you get to the boss wave, and the boss just rolls into your HQ and drops like 1,500 health points off it. And you're like, no! But yeah, it's a good time. I'm digging it. And like I said, I only played it for just shy of an hour. So we might keep chipping away at that. We'll see how we go. The next 3 games were all on the Saturday show. This Basketball Classics, Acclaim is now publishing that and bringing it to consoles for a game I didn't know came out in 2019. That's not what that looks like anymore. But basically, it's kind of NBA Jam, kind of NBA Live, but it does its own little thing. It's got, quote unquote, 1,000 players. None of them are named because they don't have the license. But you can very easily tell as like, oh, hey, that's meant to be Michael Jordan. That's meant to be Sean Kemp. You do get a little bit of coaching at the start where you get before game, you get to do a bit of warm-up, and then you go talk to the ref and go, I'm ready to play now. And there's a story mode where you're trying to recruit these different legendary players over time, which I ended up doing that on stream. And then it opened up Story Mode Plus, which is then, okay, basically the same thing, but instead of Magic, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, it's Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, and Shaquille O'Neal. Which I'm like, sure. And like, it's got little plays that you can run. Like, if you stand in these lanes on the court long enough, it'll just automatically activate the play.
No, okay.
And like, so there's the team select. It just gets a bunch. It's the top 8 teams from each conference in various years. But California, for example, is Golden State. The Lakers are LA West or LA East, which is really funny. There's a few different court designs that look really neat. And like, there's mini games for like dunking / blocking, things like that. And I had no idea this thing came out until I watched the Acclaim showcase on Friday night. Right, yeah, Friday night. And I'm like, what the fuck? Wait, this game came out 6 years ago? What the hell? And yeah, it's really cool. The Warrior, another game that's really cool. It's a very short game. I played through it in just shy of an hour. It starts off with, hey, you're a warrior. Go save this princess. And then it goes all over the joint. People need to see the way that story plays out because it's fucking ridiculous and it's really quite clever. A subversion of traditional action games like that. And I started on Dying Light 2 Stay Human, which I haven't played that one before. And I figured, hey, with the Beast coming out in like a week, what better time? So I've been going back to Doom Eternal for a while, so I'm going to try and make the Saturday version of Friday Night Fun be back to the more project game of what I've been trying to do with Doom and Dying Light, and I'll keep chipping away at Basketball Classics for that, at least that story mode to get like Steph and them. But I dug Dying Light 2, at least for now. We'll see how long down the 80, 90, 100 hours I end up playing of it. But it's fucking neat. I don't know. And that's it.
Cool.
There's been controllers and stuff. I talked about them on the Friday and Saturday show. So I got nothing else.
All right, cool.
Should we begin the end? So there is the YouTube channel where you may find me watching this very podcast as video. Or if you're not watching it there, youtube.com/@shouldIplaythisgame64. Turns out that's how the actual address to find it. Graham, like you said, you've got a Solo Factory queued and ready to go.
Yes, this will be uploaded. I'll upload it tonight. I'm going to do this one.
Boom.
It'll go up for Wednesday.
So, there we go. That'll be up on Wednesday. Twitch.tv/Enemy Starship is where we do Friday Night Fun stuff, Fridays and Saturdays for the most part. Sometimes there'll be the occasional Sunday, that's the one. Sunday streams for either stuff I feel like doing or to fill in for Monday. And I'm 2 weeks away from holidays. So we'll have some holiday hangouts during that time as well. Next week should be some kind of video content.
Should be, yes.
Possibly getting back to Split Fiction.
I think that'll be the thing we should try and do. Yes.
There's a part of me that's kind of forgotten some of that.
Yeah, I've forgotten most of it.
Oh no, how do I play it? And then I'll have the Friday and Saturday shows next week, and then we'll be back for another one of these in 2 weeks' time. In a world where Hades 2 and Hollow Knight Silk Song are both out. Which at the start of the year, who would have fucking thought that would have been the case for 2025?
Yeah. Doesn't mean anything to me, sorry. I do not. The amount of praise that Silk Song game has got has just been ridiculous.
Even I have sat back and gone, this is a little overboard.
This is just, like, I'm going to PC Game and there's like fucking 6 articles about it. Seriously.
Oh, that's just SEOing the shit out of it, trying to get, because there's so many people. Because, again, that's not a game where a lot is really notated on maps and shit.
No, I'm talking about games that, like, not articles about how to play it or anything, just games celebrating its existence sort of stuff. And
it's just ridiculous,
seriously.
I mean, remember what happened when Elden Ring came out?
Oh, this is nothing compared to that.
No.
But yeah, I just find that with like a lot of the, I don't know if it's what it is exactly. I think you're probably right at some level. It's these websites trying to survive in an ad market that just doesn't really work for them. So they've got to put as much shit out as they possibly can, and that's the game of the moment. That's the game of the moment at the moment. So they are.
When people are playing the same 6 games constantly,
yeah, exactly, yeah,
and then it's like, oh, what's this Hollow Knight Silk Song thing?
Yeah.
And then they play it, and they're like, what the fuck? What the?
Yeah, so I mean, it's getting the praise it deserves, but I think just the amount of articles I'm seeing about it is just ridiculous.
It's also getting some. You're seeing some of that. I'm seeing some coverage of that getting a little bit twisted now, where it's like, what the fuck, man? And like the patching to make it a little bit easier, at least the beginning bosses and shit. I'm seeing people going, "Oh, I'm gonna beat this pre-patch so I can go. Yeah, I'm fucking sick, bro." And it's like, God damn it, man! Shut the fuck up, you idiots! Like the more people play it, the better. I hate gamers.
Yes, I mean, yeah. All you got to do is look at the reaction to Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox, and just going, for fuck's sake.
All that does is just bring more people in for Helldivers.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what most people.
The PlayStation, apparently, a lot of the PlayStation players have been really cool about it, like helping people along and stuff like that.
A lot of them, minority. You'd like to hope.
Yes,
they've been the complete opposite. And just go, it's just ridiculous, just ridiculous reactions to it. Just go, for fuck's sake. It's just
console exclusive. Console separation has never meant less.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's they want to make money. So why would you not put your game on as many platforms as it possibly go on to make as much money as it possibly can? These games. Oh,
when they're gonna put Horizon out on Xbox?
Eventually, it'll probably come to Xbox because again, they'll want money. So.
Anyway, speaking that just reminded me. In a couple of weeks, it'll be TGS. And there's an Xbox stream on the Thursday. I think it was the 25th of September, something like that.
I think that's what we said, yep.
And because it's in Japan, it ends up being a nice time for us.
Yeah.
In that it's not something that takes place at 3 a.m. and we're looking at it fucking 12 hours later.
Yep.
So we're going to try and talk over that, just the Xbox one. I will likely do something with the Annapurna one, maybe. And the PC gaming, there's a PC gaming show, which is probably going to be 2 or 3 fucking hours. There are plenty of rumors about this Xbox thing being an announcement of Forza Horizon 6. Which, let's go. Surely not this year, though.
The due one, so yeah, makes sense that it would be out.
Well, Turn 10 doesn't really exist anymore, so it's not like they're going to do a Forza Motorsport. But all the talk of that is also that it's set in Japan. Which, hey, why not?
Makes sense. For
Japan's got really nice lighting and shit like that. That'll look great on consoles and PC. Anyway, that's in a few weeks. I'm going to play video games and stuff, I guess. We'll be back next week with some video stuff. And then in 2 weeks for another podcast. Graham Banks, thank you, as always, for all the work on the website type stuff.
Yep, all good.
And I'm just the chucklehead who just says dumb shit and ends up putting it up on places going, I broke something. What did I do? And yeah, we'll be back. Look at the YouTube channel, all that sort of business, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Wait, goddammit. Yay! Sure, that's right.